Hacking your nervous system. So number 4, hacking your nervous system. And again, this is a huge one. The vagus nerve is the connection between your brain and your gut. So one of the things that's super, super important is to get the nervous system under control. We talked about heart rate variability. We talked about doing the neurofeedback. Those are things you have to do kind of in an office or with apps. These are things that we're going to talk about in the next couple minutes that you can just do anywhere. You can do mindfulness exercises in the bathroom. If you're in the middle of a stressful situation at work and you're around people that are causing a reaction, you can literally get somewhere quiet in a corner and do this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to practice a mindfulness exercise. I call it the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. So I want you to sit down. And I want you to look around you, and I want you to tell me, you don't have to tell me out loud, but you can say it out loud if you're alone, 5 things you can see. I can see the lamp in the corner. I can see the flowers out my window. I can see the blue couch in front of me. I can see my computer screen in front of me, and I can see my pen right there. And then I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to tell me 4 things that you can hear. And I want you to do this. And I'm hearing things too. The ticking of the clock, the noise from the street, a little bit of a swish in my ears. What are the 4 things you can hear? I then want you to say, what are 3 things you can feel? Can you feel the chair under your rear end or the ground under your feet? You can even say the tension between my shoulders, but you don't want to really body scan for this. It's more looking for something positive if you can. If you can't, it's okay. What are 3 things you can feel? Then what are 2 things you can smell? And take a couple of seconds, 10, 15 seconds. You might not be able to smell anything. And then what's 1 thing you can taste? So just take a nice swallow. It might just taste like spit or leftover coffee. And then open your eyes. So just that quick 1.5 minute mindfulness exercise. You don't really have to hum or not think or try to be blank, but it will actually, if you can practice that a couple times a day, take a couple of minutes, it will actually help to reset your nervous system to a more calm, more stress-free level. Earthing is another thing that you can do that doesn't cost anything. So when you have a minute, and Dr. O'Keefe is phenomenal at this, you go outside, you take your shoes off, you stick your feet in the earth, whether you're in the sand or in the grass or at the beach, wherever you are. Just don't stick them in a pile of red ants, but sitting down for a minute on the grass with your hands in the grass and looking up and seeing if you can watch the trees swaying, hear the birds singing. The earth has a larger magnetic pull than our own body does. The earth is magnetic, and we actually have an electromagnetic core. Every cell in our body has a north pole and a south pole. So we essentially are large magnets. And when you have a less strong magnet in the presence of a stronger magnet, the stronger magnet actually helps to re-energize the weaker magnet. So you getting out of your plastic shoes or your rubber shoes that are keeping you from actually connecting with the earth will help to re-magnetize your system to make you heal. That's what earthing is. I'm a chiropractor, so I have to tell you that getting adjustments will help to balance your nervous system. There has been more research done in the last decade with chiropractic research about how chiropractic care helps to decrease stress in the nervous system and rebalance it than there has been about pain in chiropractic care. So that is an important aspect of maintenance therapy for human health. And activating your nervous system. Your vagus nerve is so important that we're going to talk about it for the next few minutes. And I have some patients that this is a huge deal for, and it's really hard to figure out how to get the vagus nerve to not be stressed out. Other people, it's really easy to get it reset. So I want to give you some ideas of what the vagus nerve is and what you can do. So the vagus nerve is a critical nerve to supply parasympathetic input to your body. So basically, if it is jammed, stuck, twisted, unhappy in any way, then your vagus nerve will actually, it's called the vagus nerve because that means wanderer in Latin. And it's a very, very long nerve, and it goes to a lot of different organs in your body. And if it's stuck, jammed, or unhappy, it will actually go to your heart. And if it's jammed, it will increase your heart rate and make a more rapid heartbeat. It will go to your lungs. And if it's jammed, it will make it so that you don't breathe as well into your lungs. It's harder to breathe even when you're trying. It will go to your stomach, and it won't let you digest food very well. So food will sit around and get rotten, and it can create conditions called gastroparesis and all the complications that come with that. And then it goes to your digestive system, to your small and large intestine, and gives you problems with constipation and diarrhea, more constipation than diarrhea, honestly, when your vagus nerve is jammed. So if that sounds like you at all, then you want to make sure that you look at some of these hacks and tips. So number one is to control your stress. Well, you wouldn't be here if you knew how to do that. So some of the things that we talked about in the last slide, like getting adjusted and doing the earthing and getting outside and doing the breathing, those are things that will help to the vagus nerve to calm down. Doing some short-term cold exposure, actually sticking your head into a bowl of cold water, short-term causes stress, but long-term can cause the vagus nerve to calm down. Singing, humming, chanting. If you love to sing and you feel like it causes so much stress relief and you just don't know why you haven't been doing it lately, know that actually doing that is beneficial for your health in a big, big way. So sing, okay? Gargling is a big deal too. And auricular therapy, which is actually stimulating the acupressure points in your ear. And we're going to talk about another way to do that in a second, but get in here and rub in your ear. And there is another vagus nerve exercise that I want to demo with you. If this is something that you want to take a deep dive into and get some more information, there's a book, and I'm going to look down for a second. It's called Accessing the Healing Powers of the Vagus Nerve, Self-Help Exercises for Anxiety, Depression, and even Autism. And the author is Stanley Rosenberg. Again, Accessing the Healing Powers of the Vagus Nerve. And he actually gives you some more of these exercises. And his work was actually based on another physician's work named Stephen Porges. And he has a book called The Polyvagal Theory. And the polyvagal theory is very techy, and it goes into a lot of the science behind all of the things in our brain and in our mind that when our vagus nerve is so stuck that it causes issues with socialization and emotion and the physical aspects of all of the things that it creates as well too, that we talked about just a second ago. So the vagus nerve is becoming a lot more talked about in science circles now. And there are apps and devices in order to help the vagus nerve relax. You guys just need to do some of the things on this page. It might make a huge difference. So the last exercise for the vagus nerve, and one of the things from the book, is actually putting your hands behind your back. So you're going to lace your hands together, and you can do this laying on your back. I'm going to do it in my chair because I can't really go anywhere. And, like the old executive who's going to lean back in their chair and get all relaxed. And you're going to keep your head looking straight ahead. You're not going to turn your head left and right, but you're going to turn your eyes as far to the right as you can. So keeping your head in the same position, turn your eyes to the right, and just breathe. And you're going to do this for 30 seconds, keeping your eyes as far to the right as you can. If you have a shoulder problem, don't do this. Just do the eye movement. And you may notice that your body starts to sigh or relax or you yawn, and that's a healthy thing. So you're going to hold that for 30 seconds, and then keeping your head in the same position, you're going to turn your eyes as far to the left as you can. And breathe in and out. And hold that position for 30 seconds and then relax. Okay, I want you to keep holding it if you can. So that's another one of the exercises you can do. And for some people, that makes a massive difference. And I did it earlier before I started to demo, and it actually made me sigh. So auricular therapy, again, stimulating the ears. One of the things that you can do that we have in our clinic, which is a phenomenal tool, is something called brain tapping. And I know that some of you that are on here watching may not have been able to experience brain tapping yet. And I would highly suggest that you come in to try this. We don't even charge you for the first visit or two to do this. So if you're here and you're a patient of ours, just ask to do brain tapping. And this is a tool that I have one, and I keep it at my bedside. Dr. O'Keefe has one. I know a lot of people who have them, and it actually makes a huge difference in your nervous system, because what it does, you can see in the headsets there, you can see those little red and purple lights. Those stimulate the acupuncture points in your ears to help calm the sympathetic nerve tone down. And then it has this little visor that goes over your eyes, and the visor flips down over your eyes and stimulates with little blinking lights. Now, if you're sensitive to light, we would just leave that flipped up. And then at the same time, it sends beats into your head that help to normalize brain waves, and it has a guided meditation in it. So it's somebody talking to you in your ear and talking to you about stress calming down and giving you some techniques to help to literally change how your brain is focused at the minute. So neurofeedback is one way to do it that makes more lasting changes for brain waves. Brain tap is when you're stressed out, you come in to the clinic, or you're on high alert and you need something in the moment to calm you down. This is a really great technique. And I highly suggest you guys come in and try it. Brain tapping, and you can look them up, and one of the girls at the front can give you more information about it if you need it.